Hello.
We are back again.
Yes.
Sunday.
Yeah.
How did your Halloween go?
Well, obviously I do the quiz on a Thursday, and it happened to actually fall on Halloween, the quiz this year. So there was a bit of dressing up, bit of fun. It was a great laugh.
Oh, good. Ours was relatively quiet. Where we lived before last year, we got 5 bags of sweets and we were running out within an hour. This year we thought, right, I don't think there'd be as many, so we bought 3 and we could have just done with 1 bag of sweets. That's it.
Yeah, when I walked the dog that evening before going off out, there was hardly any houses done up. It was but then a lot of people in the area have kids the same age as ours, and ours have all grown out of it. So
yeah. So well, mine are way past it. So
yeah.
So but yeah, it was very, very quiet. We don't mind Halloween, but yeah, it's not my most favourite time of the year.
Yeah, it's just another one of those sort of quirky holidays, isn't it? Really, that's how I look at it. Years ago, I used to do the house up and everything, but last couple of years I haven't. No. Simply because the kids are just getting too old now, and it's just not bother. So
yeah, and then Tuesday we've got what we celebrate in the UK, bonfire night.
Yeah, there is fireworks going off just outside here, so if you do hear any bangs, that's what's going on.
Yeah, we had some last night, but I haven't heard any tonight that I know of.
There was a lot of firework displays around here yesterday, and then there's some on next Saturday as well. So
yeah, the cat wanted to go out, heard fireworks, and shot back in again, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, the cats are fine with it, but the dogs get quite stressed with it all. So, considering one of them's a gun dog, I don't know that they get stressed.
Ours likes them. It goes crazy.
Yeah,
it's really, really strange.
Yeah.
So, and it's been quiet on the Partwork week, apart from people have been receiving their last packs. If you're not doing the extension for the Titanic, my word, they've left everything till the last minute.
Yeah, we were talking about this actually. A lot of the builds now seem to be leaving a lot of the stuff right until the last minute.
Yeah.
And Titanic's one of them.
Yeah. The Doll's House was the same. They left everything for the last 20-odd issues.
Yeah. The Optimus Prime from Agora was the same.
So your Doll's House was there wasn't even any content in the magazines. It was just instructions.
Yeah.
So crazy. Absolutely. We did have one thing. It's being teased. I'm going to have to bring up my Instagram. Agora models are teasing us. And I can't bring this up any bigger. So if I just do that. So Agora are teasing us with this.
Yes. So they literally a couple of minutes ago they teased that.
Yeah.
Just before coming on. And then me and you done a bit of detective work and we found out what it is.
Yeah.
So do you want to announce what it is, Mark?
Oh no, I don't know. Would we get into trouble?
No, I don't think so. We're not under any embargo or anything. But it's clear what it is, and other people have already said what it is as well.
Well, should we just say what we think it would be?
Yeah. Yeah, we did this last time with the gold DB5. We weren't too sure. I said I had a funny feeling it was a gold DB5. But we could, we think that's a good word. We think.
So let me just stop sharing that, and then I'll bring up the other one.
Yeah.
So I've got to go into my where is it? Not that one. No, further down. Further down. So there's only really, because it's got a USA flag on it.
There's only one.
Yeah. There's only
one thing it could be.
Yeah. And for people who like wooden shipbuilding, it's going to be ideal. So
it's an old D'Agostini model.
Build the USS Constitution.
Yep. And the flag there is on the back, which they've tested.
Yeah.
Or teased, I should say, not tested, teased. And you can tell by the flag at the back there and the flag that they've shown, it's more or less.
Yeah.
But this is what we think it's going to be. It doesn't mean it's going to be, but I think this is what it is.
It's definitely different for Agora. They haven't released a wooden model before.
No, it is an old D'Agostini model, which they like doing the old D'Agostini stuff. But obviously, if they're doing this, then it means they might be doing other ones as well. Victory, the Sovereign of the Sea was one of them that they did.
Yes. It just depends. I mean, I know some of them were re-released by D'Agostini, so I don't know what the case is with it, but there we go.
Yeah.
This is what we think it could be.
Yeah, this is what we think it could be. It looks promising.
Yeah, very.
But yeah, like you said, if you like your wooden ships, because we haven't really had one from a Partwork company for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say that the last one we had, I think, was the Titanic from Eaglemoss before it went belly up.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone keeps. I remember when the Victory was about, and D'Agostini stopped it, and everyone kept asking about it. And obviously, this is sort of answered your prayers, if you like.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
I know some people will be very happy that there's been a re-release of a wooden ship build.
Yes.
Because I know, it's a kind of different way of modelling. Is all I can say.
Because you have to bend the planks and stuff, don't you? There's techniques on bending the planks, and you're using nails and proper wood techniques.
Yeah. So, like I said, I know definitely a couple of people that would be up for that to build it. John builds iconic military models. He's one.
I was just about to say, John military models. He would be all over that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really good, and it's an older model that they're bringing back. So
yeah, and like you said, it fits perfectly as well, because that was in 12 packs.
Yeah. As
well, which is more of Agora's sort of business plan, if you know what I mean. It's their sort of matrix now. So
there we go.
Yeah.
That's all the news we've got this week. It's a bit like last week where there was nothing really to report on.
Yeah, we've come on to our lull part, but like I said, that's been sort of teased. We don't know if it's definitely that or not. It looks very similar to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously there may be some more announcements in the coming weeks about other things. So
just have to wait and see.
We just have to sort of wait and see what happens.
Apparently, Agora are going to be at Telford, so
they are indeed.
There could be some pictures coming from Telford in a couple of weeks, so you never know.
Yeah, if you're in the area or you're down there, go and check it out.
Yeah, go say hello.
Yeah, because I think Wayne's going to be there. Will's Workshop. Ian Partwork Upgrade's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
So
there's going to be quite a few people there.
Yeah.
So right, I'll start with the chat because we have, like I said, nothing much to report this week.
No.
I've got D Harris in yesterday at 9:02 p.m. going, and a good evening, Mark and Kev, for the first time. So there we go.
Yeah, early as always.
Early as always. And then D says, and the Purge. So another good evening, Mark and Kev. So evening D.
Evening D.
We've got Steve131 who says, "Hey up, young man." Hi, Steve. Welcome.
Hi, Steve.
And then we've got Dave McBill saying, "Good evening, Mark and Kev. Have a great stream tonight. This week has certainly gone fast." Yes, it has.
It has, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It feels like it's gone a lot faster. I don't know why, but yeah.
I think after Tuesday, it is going to go really fast up until the Christmas break.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. We've got David Phillips who says, "Evening, boys." Evening, David. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, David.
We've got Ian's World of Models says, "Evening, Mark and Kev. Looking forward to the streams." Thank you very much, Ian, and welcome.
Thank you, Ian.
And then D. Harris says, "And good evening from Kev's side." So there you go.
Hi, D.
And then we've got David Hawley in saying, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening, David. Welcome.
Hi, David.
Dave Matt says, "Thought I would do issue 138 today of the Titanic. It took me 2.5 hours, but I managed to cut the recording to just over half an hour. Be uploaded next Saturday on YouTube." So,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that the rigging?
No, the rigging you don't do till 140.
Right.
But instead of they've actually sent us rigging wire instead of rigging thread.
Right.
Which is a lot better because it won't collect dust as easy.
Yeah. Is it better to like tape off as well?
I think so, yeah. I mean, basically what we've got is 137 was fairly easy to do. There wasn't much in there, but you're talking 138, 139, and 140 is all like photo etch, decals, and all that. That's got to be put on it.
Right.
It is manic. And then the rigging comes in a 24-page magazine on how to do it.
Right. Right.
But there is a saviour in the magazine. On each section that you're working on, there's a QR code which you can scan, which takes you to a video to show you how to do it.
Lovely.
Which is completely new. I didn't see that happen on the Bismarck. So
no, maybe they've started to sort of learn a little bit.
Yeah.
So sort of think ahead.
Yeah. But there is a lot to do. That's the reason why mine's behind me, because I'm going to be working on it all week to try and get through these last 4 issues and try and get as much work on it done as I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to record doing the rigging because that just looks like a nightmare to do. It really does. So it's going to take time. The good thing, though, the photo etch they've sent us, they actually send us formers for the photo etch.
Right. Okay.
So they're not just sending you photo etch and that's it. They actually are sent you formers for you to shape the photo etch around, which again I didn't see in the Bismarck.
Yeah, that's new as well. That's like I said, they're learning from every build they do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which, if you're doing other models, like Dave Mackey's doing the Enterprise, the aircraft carrier Enterprise, probably will come in handy if for photo etch in the future.
Oh,
so
yeah, 100%.
As tools, really.
Oh yeah.
So David Hawley again is saying, "Good evening, Kevin, Mark." Ian's World of Models says, "I finished the Agora Models DB5 today. Was a nice build. Everything worked first time. Very relieved." Wow, that's great.
Good. Yeah. Nice.
I didn't even think that would come into an end.
It's always nice when a model comes to an end.
Yeah.
Sort of signifies the end, but also sort of signifies new stuff coming. So
I thought that was still going though. So
I think the 12-month option, I think it's been a year, I think, already. Yeah.
Yeah, that's flown by.
That's gone really quick,
yeah. Yeah. Denmark Bell says, "I put my car in front of the door so I wouldn't be disturbed. LOL. Work to treat."
Brilliant. If it works.
We always used to tell us kids when they went out, if there's no decorations up, don't knock.
Yeah.
That's how we used to do it. If there's no decorations up, don't knock, move on to the next place.
Yeah, that's what we used to tell the girls as well. We used to say, look, if there's no decoration, don't knock on that door because they obviously don't want it.
Yeah.
So.
But where we lived before was crazy. It was like being in America when you see them just trolls in the streets. That was what it was like where we were before. Where we are here now, hardly anything at all. So
yeah.
Ianswell Muller says, "Yeah, Mark, our cats have been hiding for the last couple of days. Yeah, it's not nice for pets at this time of year.
Yeah, it's a bit stressful for them.
Yeah." Dave McBill says there's a firework display on a park just up the road from me. The problem is with me and bonfire night is because of my asthma, I can't go outside.
Yeah.
Because of the sulfur they use in fireworks, it really does affect my breathing.
Mess up, yeah.
For about the last 10, 12 years, we've literally stayed in. We've just thought it's just wiser not to go out, and then you just look out the window and watch other people's fireworks, I suppose, for free.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Can't complain.
No.
Dave McBill says Park I mean LOL, yeah. David Hollis says, I think the Batmobile tumbler will be like that as well, I think.
Yeah. I think that will be.
Two hands, do you have windscreen gate to show the difference?
Yeah, I do. Hang on.
Because this is what came
I do.
last week.
You know what? I should be here. No, it's not there. Right, I've got the new one. That's the new one.
Right, let's put you on big. There we go.
So there's the new one. And I'll see if I can find the old one. I'll put it somewhere. You know what it's like. You put it down and then you forget about it. It was somewhere.
Sorry, we should have thought about it before we went live.
Right. I'll put it under the desk here. Right, so there's the old one.
Yeah.
And there's the new one. So you can sort of see. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
So you can see the difference. Yeah, they've cut bits out the top section here, and obviously down here as well. So this is cut in more at the top. Hang on a sec. So this bit's cut in more at the top here, and it's obviously been cutting quite a bit there. And what I'll do is I'll stick the old one over the top.
Yeah. Like
that. So it's level. And you can see where you can see the new one.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller.
And then the old one's behind it. So you can see how much they've actually taken off. So there's a big chunk there. And then basically all of this has been taken off. But apart from that, the windscreen is the same. The wipers are the same. It's just been sort of simplified, if you know what I mean. It's they've sort of slimmed it.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering whether they've done that. I did say on the video, I'm wondering if they've done that because this obviously retracts up into the roof.
Right.
So this retracts into this section. So that's the top of the roof.
Yeah.
The windscreen sits like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously it moves up. So I think what they've done is they've trimmed it so it doesn't catch or doesn't bang anything. I think that's what they've done because there's the old one. So as this goes up, it's, you know, you can see it sort of getting caught at the end there. It doesn't sit right.
Yeah, so they re-engineered it.
Yeah, which is good. I think the reason it got blew out of proportion was because people thought that we were paying again for this, which we weren't. We were actually paying for the motor cover and the cog. That was just thrown in as extra to replace something we already had. But like I said as well, it's not the first time they've done this. We had the DeLorean where they changed the gearbox and the steering mechanism. We also had the finger gate on the Terminator, where the fingers weren't working, and they replaced it all. And then we had things like the wing mirror on Ecto 1 and the decal as well on Ecto 1. Yeah. So there's all these things that they changed as they go along. So it's not the first time it's happened.
I just love the way we put it: door gate, window gate, windshield gate. You know, all that.
Yeah, we still use all that.
Yeah, still using it to this day. But yeah, it's a bit like we're flux capacitor on the DeLorean. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been loads of times when they've found a mistake and then rectified it later on. It's just good that they've found it now, because I think in the next couple of issues we're going to attach the windshield to the roof, because we get the parts to build the mechanism that starts moving it all. So I think that's what's going to happen in the next couple. So it's good that they've sent a new one, because you wouldn't be very happy if you've screwed all that in and then you'd have to unscrew it all to put the new windshield in. So yeah, it's good they've done it.
But back to David Hawley's comment. Do you think the Tumbler will be like that in the end, where you just part all the pieces together and you got?
Yeah, I'm almost certain the last 4 issues will be cramming everything into the last 4.
Yeah. Okay. Gary Reynolds says, "Hi Kev, is it you I see at MK? We'll have to say hi next time."
Yeah, I always go to Milton Keynes. I'm always there. So yeah. The next time you see me, come along and say hi. I don't bite.
Ian's World of Models was guessing the Agora Models teaser was, is it General Lee?
Could be.
Yeah. Chris Creates says, "Hi everyone." Hi Chris, welcome.
Hi Chris.
And then Ian's World of Models says, "I was way off." And even D says, "Well, I was wrong, LOL." And then Steve asked me, "Are you going to build the ship?" I don't know. It depends on cost for me. It's it's
and when it's released, I suppose, as well, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Chris Create says the 15 stars give it away, possibly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then David Holly says, "Judging by the flag, which is old, I think you are right. An old ship." Yeah. So, and then Dee's put what I say. Yeah, is Mr. Mansell watching Wooden Ship? So
yeah,
he's the best for wooden ships, I've got to say.
He is. Yeah.
Ken Fairclough says, "Hi, did either of you see a post about a 1/24 scale James Bond vehicle set?" Yeah, I saw something like that on Facebook.
Yeah, it's being tested at the moment in France. It's by Hachette. So they are doing 1/24 scale James Bond cars, and I think issue 2's already out. But the first one was obviously a DB5, and then the Aston Martin was issue 2. But it's being tested in France at the moment. I'm always on the fence about those sort of car collections, because Eagle Moss done one before, didn't they? A 007 one.
I think so.
But I don't think they were that scale. I think they were smaller. But but yeah, they also done a Batmobile collection as well, didn't they? They done a Batman vehicle collection. And I think they've done a Ferrari one at one point as well. They did one where it was just all Ferraris.
Strange to test it though, not in the UK.
Yes.
Very strange.
France is the home of tests, as we know. But yeah, I'm surprised as well. Maybe maybe it is tested here as well. We just haven't found. No one's found it yet. You know what it's like.
Yeah, possibly. Chris Gate says, "Can't wait for the Dalek build coming soon, hopefully." Yes.
Yeah, I put on because obviously the Facebook group set up for that. I think it's very close, actually. I think it may actually come out before Christmas, because Hachette are now starting to advertise it. You know, the advertisements they put up when builds are about to come out. They've started advertising on Facebook for it now. So I would say it's very, very close to coming out, imminent.
I keep checking Hachette website. Well, I check them all daily to see if anything's been put up new. So and nothing's been put on the main site. But like you said, I've seen it as well where they've started advertising it on social media and such. So
yeah, when they do that, it's not far off from coming out. I would say very close. It may even come out before December. So yeah, keep an eye on that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Steve131 asks, when are the Marvel helmets coming out? Well, that'll be the movies collection, won't it?
Oh, do you know what? I always thought I thought it was out already.
I don't know.
That's the Marvel movie replicas, isn't it? It's the props and stuff. I thought it was already released. I thought it was already out. I may be wrong, but I thought it was already out.
I tell you what, I did see earlier. D'Agostini have brought back the Moomin House.
Oh yeah. Funny enough, I keep seeing adverts for it.
Yeah. So I saw that earlier on. I didn't want to show it because obviously we've shown it before, but yeah, they brought back the Moomin House, saying it's a new arrival when it's been obviously out before.
It's been on there. It's been on there before. Yeah.
I'm just looking at that to see if there's anything on the Marvel collection about the release date, but it doesn't really say it. So I thought they were already out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're already out.
Yeah.
Because Wayne, I think Wayne's doing them, and I think he's got some already.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing them, so I don't know. But I thought it was already out.
Right. Yeah, I thought so. We've got Chef Hawkins saying, evening off to Telford myself. Wow.
Hi, Chef Hawk. Nice one.
Welcome.
You'll enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I think the problem is if I was going to go to somewhere like that, I'd have to save up quite a bit of money because there'd be so many things there that you may want to buy or, purchase. You're going to be like, if you don't go there with any budget or anything, you're going to be kicking yourself that you couldn't get what you want.
Yeah.
D. Harris says, what about the Partwork award ceremony this year? Haven't heard, no.
We're hoping, we'll talk about this, won't we, Mark? We're hoping to do it for the end of this year, if not beginning of next, like January. So it's going to be either December or January. We'd like it to be for December, but it might be January. So we're going to see what we can get done.
And we're both going to host it under the Partworks live show banner. Yeah. So which should be fun. So probably it will be probably on a Sunday then.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll work it so it works well in with what we're doing. So yeah.
I mean, the thing about it is then everybody knows the time and the place. So
yeah.
Dave McBill says you'll enjoy the decals, Mark. Very fiddly indeed. Well, I said to myself, if I can do the yellow band around the edge, around the hull, then I can do this. And then I did have some decals I had to do for the Apache, which went okay. So I'm learning along the way, if you know what I mean, about doing decals. You asked me a year ago about doing decals, and I would have said no. I said I wouldn't touch them. But now,
because we had them with the the Optimus Prime build, didn't we? Water decals. And you were a bit unsure about them, but you done all right.
I think it's one of them things you dread doing, and then when it comes to it, it's not as bad, but it's a bit like the word photo etch. You know, everybody's like, oh, no, not photo etch.
Yeah.
D says, QR code on rigging, that's cheating. Well, they gotta make it available for everybody, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they've supplied nylon wire instead of string thread, because nylon wire I think is going to be a lot easier to work with than thread. Yeah,
especially sort of capping it off as well.
Yeah,
and tying it down. I think that works a lot better.
Yeah. Dave McBill says, I'm looking forward to doing the rigging. I think that's the easiest part of the build.
I don't know if you've seen it yet. There's a lot on there.
There's a heck of a lot on there. I think it's a case of you just take your time with it, with the rigging.
Yeah.
breathe and get on with it and just do bits when you can, and then I suppose it doesn't become as, boring, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've seen, like I say, I've seen some people on the Facebook group that have done it. It does. I'll tell you what, it does finish off the model beautifully.
Yeah,
but it's getting that, because I think you have them going from the funnels and then down to the masts.
Yeah,
and then I think you have like 6 or 5 or 6 coming off of the funnels as well.
Yeah.
But it really does make it makes a world of difference. You'll notice. I mean, you notice the difference straight away.
Yeah. Steve131 says, at Mark Modz, can't Julie do your rigging? I'm determined to do it, and that's just the way I am. I'm actually determined to just get on with it and do it.
Yeah.
So as much as, it's a bit like the decals now, it's kind of a challenge to me. So I'll be like, no, I'm gonna have to do this myself.
Yeah,
so,
I think when you do modelling, you always have to push yourself.
Yeah.
And you just have to go for it, really, sort of all in or all out sort of thing. So
yeah. We got Todd Marvel Phoenix in saying hello and good evening all. Hi Todd, welcome.
Hi Todd.
Howard says, and this is the windshield, keep the old one and make yourself a Halloween mask.
Yeah, I could. It's down here. I mean, it's really cool because it looks good. It's very Batman-ish, I will say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, window gate.
Yeah. Chris Crate says, remember the spinning turntable we got with a tumbler? Wonder when we're going to use that. LOL.
Yeah, we won't. I don't know what's happening with that. That's a running gag, that is, because I've got no clue where that is going or what we're doing with that.
I was watching Mr. Fusion. He was building his, and I was like, what is that for?
I don't know. It was such a long time ago. It was right at the beginning. I think it was around issue 20 or something. I mean, we're on 80 now, so it was a long time ago. But then again, we've still got parts. That it's all just parts. It's nothing's really put together on it.
No, which is a bit which is a bit strange. But then I think Mr. Fusion is doing a mod for the cockpit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone backwards and forwards a few times. He's going to tweak it before he properly goes for it. But he's done he doesn't know what to do with the cockpit yet, whether to put the tunnel in or not. Because obviously where in the cockpit there's a tunnel in the middle where he goes down into the nose of the car.
Yeah.
And obviously that's all got a bulkhead on it, so you can't, unless you cut into that, you won't be able to do it. But it's trying to make the cockpit as sort of accurate as possible.
I would have thought I thought they would have put that in if it was quite a significant part of the car, but like costs and everything.
Yeah, I was quite when we first got it and we first got that part, we were all a bit surprised because I would have thought that they might have designed it so that hole was there.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so I don't know why. Because that nose cone is completely hollow. There's nothing in that nose cone. There's nothing. It's just hollow. So it's weird.
Yeah. We've got Kevin and Mary in saying, evening, everyone. Evening, Kevin and Mary. Welcome.
Hi, Kevin and Mary.
Ken Fairclough says the Eagle Moss Bond cars were 1/43 scale.
Yeah, they were slightly smaller, I remember.
Yeah.
These ones are quite bigger. But yeah, I don't know what Bond film they got up to, Eagle Moss. Definitely weren't Daniel Craig's era, I don't think. So it was up to Pierce Brosnan, I think, and that's about it.
No, that's true.
So
but then you can't get them anymore now anyway.
No, well, I think you can get them on the second-hand market. There's always people selling off, but it'd be very hard to get the whole set now, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, a bit like the Star Trek ships. I think if you were starting to collect the Eagle Moss versions, I think it would be hard now to try and get some of them because some of them are more sought after than others. So to try and get a whole collection would be a bit difficult.
Oh, I would have loved to have gone through the bins when Eagle Moss had to clear out the office.
Oh, yeah.
I bet there was a lot there that they just threw away.
Oh, almost 100% certain. There's probably loads they just chucked out.
Yeah. So oh God, that'd be like a treasure trove, wouldn't it? It'd be like going through the skip when they finished filming Thunderbirds and they just threw everything out into a skip, and loads of the fans went round and picked everything out, and then they were found in lost years later worth thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve131 says, saw an advert on telly for Dinky Car Collection.
Oh, right. Okay. That's new.
I've not seen that one.
Neither have I.
No.
Keep an eye out for that.
And then D says, the Agora teaser has just shown up on my Facebook. So
it's listening to us. If you noticed, have you ever noticed when you're talking about stuff and your sort of phone flashes up with stuff that you've been talking about?
Yeah, that's really weird.
It's listening to you. Yeah, a few times me and my wife have been talking and I've opened up my Facebook and there's an advert for something that we've just talked about. It's like, that's a bit weird. That's freaky, that is.
Oh, we'll come out with it on this show, and then next week it'll somehow materialize or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's happened before, and we're like, what's going on there? Stephen31 says, saw a video of Mr. Nexus doing the helmet. Must have been an okay video. So it could have been when you do your toy hunts.
Yeah, it must have been. I did do a review on I think I've got my Iron Man helmet, my Iron Man Punisher helmet that I've got. It might have been that. Yeah. Or the Power Rangers Megazord one that I picked up from the Entertainer. But yeah, I have done a few, but I haven't done a sort of collection of helmets. Years ago, I think they D'Agostini, I think they did the Star Wars helmets, didn't they, at one point? Years ago.
Yes. That was under Model Space.
That was, yeah. I remember them doing them. I have got like 4 of them, but I don't remember doing them on the channel. So
I've got one of them, which was issue 1 that I got from the shops, but I didn't carry on the collection.
No, I didn't. I got a few of them. I've got obviously Darth Vader, C-3PO, Boba Fett, and Luke Skywalker's helmet. I think I just got the first 4 that came out.
Yeah, I think when I looked at them, I think they'd gone up in price. There was inflation, and I just wasn't willing to pay for the inflation.
Yeah, I think I got the first 4 just to have a look at them, and then afterwards it was like a Sand Trooper, a Stormtrooper, Royal Guard. It was like random things, and it was like, nah.
I remember I started collecting the vehicles, the original vehicles that they did.
Yes.
And it was getting ridiculous that you're getting how many different types of TIE fighter that you've never really ever seen in the movies, but must have been there. And it was getting a little bit, they weren't the iconic vehicles.
Yeah, they do. They tend to do that with the X-Wings as well, where you'll get Poe's X-Wing, Luke's X-Wing, but they also have like Red 5 and all the different variations of the X-Wings that they did. So you end up having sort of a slight army or a fleet of X-Wings, all different, effectively the same, but all different colours.
Didn't Eagle Moss do that with the Star Trek ships? You started getting some that you've absolutely never seen before.
They started doing concept ones, so ones that are only designed as a concept but never actually appeared on screen. They did do that. And they did do a lot of the ships that were at Wolf 359 that were destroyed.
Yeah.
So on screen, you only saw them as destroyed, but Eagle Moss actually done them as a full ship, which I thought was quite good. But yeah, they did do a lot of stuff where it was like in the background, like where was this ship? And it appeared so far in the background, it was nearly a dot, but somehow Eagle Moss did a ship of it. Yeah.
But yeah, everybody were complaining, going, what the heck is that from?
Yeah. I think people just complain about most things, but yeah, there was certain ones where they did that, and they did. I think they did the Enterprise, the original Enterprise, TOS Enterprise. They did it a few times because it appeared in the pilot, and then when it started after the pilot, so you had the cage, which was the pilot, and then where no man has gone before was the first episode with Kirk. The ship changed, and so they did both of those ships, so you could actually have the original one and the one with Kirk, and then I think they did other ones as well. One that glowed in the dark, a gold one. They did the Mirror Universe one. All the same. They all look the same, as you know if you watch RT Ralph.
Yeah,
all the constellation ships are the same. Constitution. That's it. Sorry. Yeah. Constitution. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is one of the longest ever collections I've ever seen out there.
Yeah.
Because it was nearly reaching 200, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. 180 issues it was. The Star.
Wow.
Like, if you collected the main Star Trek ships, it was 180 issues. But then they did all the specials, all the XLs, all the Star Trek Online ships as well. So I think in total, you're probably near 300 in total.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
David Hawley says, golden rule when using decals, don't have the water too hot, don't leave them in too long, and try and position once and dry off carefully. Yeah. Or I saw John Bill's Iconic Milk Models. He actually puts his on a wet sponge.
Yeah, so a wet. I've got one of them. It's a wet palette. I normally do that when I'm painting.
Oh no, his was a wet palette.
Yeah.
His was a sponge, and he just put it on there and soaked it up. So I might try that idea next time I do decals. Howard says, with Apache and the instructions, it is a bit lacking. As for Pack 2, the instructions for the second chair, it's much easier to install the other handles and console sides before the seat. Right.
Yeah.
So a couple of things with the Apache is the instructions, you can't download them. You can only view them.
No.
And the second one is, I've got a bit of an echo for some strange reason. That's just come back.
Some fireworks were going off. I think it's affecting the audio. Right. Is it all right now?
I think so. Yes, it's all right now. Yeah. The instructions are, like Howard says, lacking in the sense of they're not naming what you're working on. So it's just put this part onto this part, put this part onto this part. I've said this before. I prefer instructions where they're actually telling you what the part is, and then you're learning along the way. But it's not like that at all. It's very, very, it's been made very simple, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a bit strange. You're building this cockpit, and you've got no idea what you're working on, or can say, oh, this is what we're doing next, unless you know about that, you know, that subject.
Yeah.
So we've got in D Harris says Big Brother is listening, LOL. Always. Eric Lawton says, hi guys, Eric Lawton from Ottawa, Canada. What do you think about the HasLab Ghostbusters Ecto 1? So welcome, Eric, from Canada.
Hi, Eric.
Nice to have you here. So that's the 1/12 scale Ecto 1 that they're contemplating bringing out if they get enough supporters, I think that is.
Yeah, it's £325. It looks good. It's die cast. It has lights. If you want that sort of thing, but if you've already got the 1/8 scale, there's no need to have that one as well. But you do have the 2 roof racks. It does come with a couple of figures, the gurney. I think you have the interchangeable roof racks on it as well. So, but you would expect that for the price you're paying. So,
yeah. Some people have said it looked a bit lackluster, so it wasn't as detailed as the one we got, the 1/8 scale one.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise or you collect all the Ghostbusters stuff, then yeah, definitely it's one for the fan. Ian's World of Model says Alexa always listening. LOL. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes Alexa goes, "I didn't hear that," and we're all sitting there going, "Well, no one said anything."
Yeah.
Have you ever had that where Alexa just goes, "I didn't understand that"? It's like,
I know.
No one said anything. Everyone's quiet. What's going on?
And it's just like, are you reminding us that you're there or something?
Yeah. It's lonely.
Never open post in front of an Amazon device, because if you've got the name set to Alexa and you turn around and says, "Oh, I've got a letter," it goes off.
There's a girl on WWE called Alexa Bliss. So every time she's on, we're watching the wrestling, and the commentators say Alexa, it goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, either that, change it to a different name.
Yes. Yeah. Computer. It's weird because we've got them dotted around the house, but we've named them all different because we've noticed that if we say Alexa, they all sort of light up.
Yeah.
So we've changed them all to different names.
So the one in my son's room is computer. The one in Julie's room, or the main bedroom, is Ziggy, because she really loved Quantum Leap as a kid, and mine's set to Alexa. So
we got a portal in the front room. That's Amazon. We've got Alexa upstairs. That's Alexa. We've got computer in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then there's one in our room, which is Echo.
Yeah.
So we use all three of them. But yeah, we've noticed that if you say Alexa, and they're all set to Alexa, they all light up. So it's worth changing them. But then sometimes it's a bit confusing, because sometimes I'll say computer to the front room one, and then my wife goes, "It's not computer, is it? The one in here? The one in here is Amazon." I was like, "Oh right, yeah, sorry, Amazon."
Yeah. Steve131 says old video. Oh, it was instead of the OK video, it was old video. I'm having to read now. Todd says my Apache build site pages for Pack 2 will have adjustment for things like this, and I give names to all the parts. Oh, brilliant, Todd.
Brilliant.
Because
will save a lot of hassle.
Well, it's missing in the instructions. I mean, I know Hachette are famous for their long-winded instructions, but at least you try and name what you're building or the part that you're building for it.
Yeah.
And the patch instructions just don't have them on there. So great, Todd is doing that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but Steve is like, yeah, I think that's shocked face and money. So that'll be the HasLab Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Ian's World of Model says, just been doing the damaged decals on the DB5 while watching you guys. Not sure I like them. Think I'm going to do one side damaged, one side not, so I can change the look when displayed. Yeah.
Yeah, swap it round.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Todd says, pretty sure the HasLab Ectos will be plastic mostly. Yeah.
I thought it had a die-cast body. I might be mistaken. I know the roof rack is plastic, and I also know they couldn't get the side lights for Ecto 1A, so they just slide out. The panels just slide out, so you can have different stuff scrolling on it. But like I said, it's, if you want to back it, because it's a Kickstarter, it's a backing one, so you have to have enough people backing it before it goes into production. But
with the proton packs as well, wasn't it? That they were going to bring out. They had to get.
Yeah, those sort of things tend to do better than these sort of things. But then again, Star Wars do this sort of thing, and it done really well. I think they done Jabba's barge, that done really well. They also done the Razor Crest, that done really well. and they've also done Unicron. That was one of the Hasbro Lab ones that they done. So there's sometimes it's hit and miss, but they do tend to do some stuff. So yeah, interesting.
Eric Lawton says thank you for that feedback. You're welcome.
Lovely.
And then he also says, I agree with you guys. 1/8 scale Ghostbusters Ecto 1 better.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Steve131 says Willkommen. I'm not too sure what that. I think he's speaking German again.
Right.
So, yeah. And then D says, I wonder how many Alexas have just went off, LOL. Not mine, because I mute mine. So, yeah.
A few.
And I also put do not disturb on mine, because if not, the cat sets off the doorbell and, don't go there.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
As you could tell from when I was downstairs, the amount of interruptions I got was just unbelievable. Steve131 says, not got Alexa. And Howard says, my Alexa is hard of hearing and it sucks when the internet is off. I can't turn on or off my light by voice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have noticed sometimes when you say stuff to it clearly, it brings up other things. It's like, I didn't even say that.
No. But yeah.
That happens a few times.
Steve131 says, it was JJ burning all D's money. Right. Sorry. Todd says, for that kind of money, they should just send you both versions of the Ecto at once.
Yeah, I think you get 4 action where you actually get 4 action figures plus a ghost and another action figure. And then you get the gurney as well and the 2 bits. But what they tend to do on a lot of these Kickstarters or fundraising ones is they tend to get to a certain milestone. So say for argument's sake, say they need like 800 and they get to 800. Then what they tend to do is go, okay, well, if we can get to 1,000, we'll give you extra. And then you get to 1,000 backers and then they go, okay, so if you get to 15,000, we'll give you extra. So they add stuff onto it as it goes up, depending on how many sort of backers they have. But yeah,
I was always confused why original Ecto 1, then it went to Ecto 1A, and then in Afterlife it went back to original Ecto 1.
Yeah, I thought when it went to Ecto 1A. Because it was all different. I mean, all the piping was different, the lights were different, the roof rack. Yeah. So my understanding for that was that Ecto 1 was destroyed. Just like when the Enterprise is destroyed, the next one is the A.
Yeah.
So my understanding for that was that the original one was destroyed.
He never got destroyed, the original one, because he was still driving around in it at the beginning of Ghostbusters 2. And then they upgraded it to the 1A. Yeah.
And then the thing is, they upgraded it to the 1A. And then when it appeared again in the one previous, not Frozen Kingdom, the one after that. What was that one?
Oh, Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah. When it appeared in Afterlife, it was back to Ecto 1 again.
Yeah.
So I was like, did they strip it back? So they obviously upgraded it to Ecto 1A. Did they then just go, we'll strip it back?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, weird.
I thought if it would have been abandoned, it would have been still Ecto 1A. But
Ecto 1A.
Back to Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Strange one.
Yeah, weird.
Or maybe people complained they didn't want the Ecto 1A and they wanted the original Ecto 1.
I don't think Ecto 1A went down very well because they changed the light bar along the front, because I think it flashed blue, it flashed green and yellow, didn't it? Had green and yellow lights instead of the blue, and it had a lot more bits on it, and then it had those sort of light bars down the sides, didn't it, saying who you're going to call and everything.
Yeah, and the decals on the doors were different.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't have the original logo. They had the ghost coming out with a 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So how did it go back to being original Ecto 1?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So after, so if you're in that world, they like after they built after they done that, they then strip it the complete back to original because it seems a lot of work.
Yeah.
Doesn't it, to strip it back down again?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Howard says if Eagle Moss was still around, they might have done the Ecto 1A version extension.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm surprised actually. Did anyone actually do that as a mod?
I know Svi Wheeler, he was doing a mod for it.
Right.
So I know he was doing it, and he was 3D printing a lot of the upgrades and stuff. So, but I don't know if he ever completed it. So
right.
So D says, well, gents, before the stream ends, a good night, Mark and Kev. Until next Sunday, Kev, tomorrow night, 8 ?
Yeah, I do have to apologise. There's lots of fireworks going off outside here. Can you hear them at all?
I can't hear them, but yeah.
Also, before I go, I want to show everyone. Do you remember when I done the alien? I 3D printed the egg.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I set it on the side and I forgot about it. And at the weekend, I painted it, and here it is.
Wow. Is that glow in the dark as well?
No, but it did take a few coats to do. But I'm absolutely perfect with that now. So that's going to sit with the alien now. But yeah, it was I sat it on the side because I was like, I'll get round to painting it, and it just sat there. And then at the weekend, I was like, I'm going to paint that. So I spent a couple of hours painting this up, and it's come out better than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, it was black originally.
Yeah.
But for something that was 3D printed and then painted straight over the top, it looks perfect.
Awesome. Dave Mac Bill says, been another great stream tonight, guys. See you on the next one. Thank you, Dave Mac, and good night.
Thank you, Dave.
Got Daz Faulkner's just come in. How do everyone? We're just about to wrap things up, Daz.
Yeah. You'd have to catch us on catch up, Daz.
Yeah. David Hall says, well done, guys. Great stream again, as always. Catch you both again next week. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Daz Faulkner says, looking amazing, mate.
Thank you.
And yeah, so we're coming up on the hour. I've actually caught up on chat, which is
lovely.
Great. So anything this week, Kev, or are you just normal?
Yeah, just normal videos. We've got 66 Batmobile Enterprise build this week. Obviously the Tumbler and anything else that turns up this week, because we're sort of on straight now to sort of caught up with everything.
Yeah. My videos have just been released as normal this week, guys. Nothing really that much special. So yeah. So then, let me get the branding ready. It just leaves me to say that I've been Mark.
And I've been Kev.
We'll catch you next week, guys. Bye for now.
See you later, guys.